Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is an episode of slow stitching and what I think I'm going to start calling Sew Saturday. Today is Saturday and I'm going to be sewing. So, recall the Hexie project. Let me catch you up. So, I have a bunch of this board. These are like those thick file folders, and I have made two templates. The first template is a 3 1/4 inch hexie, which is that. And if you want to make these yourselves, remember that a straight line has got 180 degrees to it. This is 120, and therefore this is 60 degrees. So if you want to use some of those angles to be able to draw your bits, if you want to draw them, feel free. The negative space is this. So let's get rid of that for a minute. So this came like this. When I was doing the drawing, I drew this, and then this is a half inch. I think it's a 1/2 inch. Yes, it's a 1/2 inch border. Normally when you do smaller hexies, the border can be scant 1/4 inch, but I am doing large ones and it just felt better to me to have a 1/2 inch of material to just play around with. So I have this, which is going to be the size of the paper that I want to cut out, and I have an old sort of textbooky book that's got nice robust pages in it, and I'm using that. And then part of the joy of having this is I can see where I am placing it. So whatever I see is going to be the sort of the sewing end. And so I did some sewing. We have, I'll put these aside. So I have these, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to stack them one on top. Oh, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. And I have 1. We're going to run out of room in no time. 2, 3, and then we have, so this is the unsaddened sage, and this is the saddened sage. Got that and that. So we've got 9. I was thinking as well, and I don't know if this is going to, I guess it's not. 1, 2. What happens when you fold that? I don't think anything good happens, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, that was a random thinking thought. And so what I have got prepared is the next color, which is, this is the walnut, and I'm hoping to get that sewn, and then we will maybe cut out, this is the yellow marigold, and then we'll start to get some really good colors. Okay, so where are we at? I don't think I have, this is enough thread. Oops, did I just undo it? I just did, and there is not enough thread in that. I have some trouble. I need a pin holder and I need a needle holder. And I need a method to be able to do that so that it doesn't look like this blob every single time I go to sew something. And this one is just a hair small. And I need my Timbo. Oops. Okay, try the other end. Somebody doesn't want a thread. Here. So it is hot, but it is currently overcast, which means that there may be thunderstorms. Thunderstorms, a temporary cooling, and then we'll be back to bananas hot. Thinking about this morning, not this, but the episode. I think I have 4 things that I want to do. And I don't want to do the whole time with the hexies because we have got other things to do. So just a few is enough. I want progress, not necessarily finishing things. So we need to cut a small bit of the coat. There is, when I did the neck was supposed to be, do I have any paper? I never have any paper. The neck was supposed to be, at least the back piece is supposed to look like that when you cut it out. And I cut it out like this because I didn't know how the lines would work. And so I need to cut that out now. So that should be fun and full of, and fraught with anxiety. That's 2. What was the third one? Third one is, oh yes, so we need to do, I've got the pattern for the Tibetan it's not a top coat, it's like a vesty thing. I'll show you. And I have been mama gammying milk cartons, and I have this thought that I can make a garment out of mama gammied milk cartons. Because I think that would be really interesting. And there's a 4th thing, and it's not popping off. Oh, I have another very light vest. I don't know that I can do anything with you with that because I basically need to be at my sewing machine. Something that I wanted to get at the fabric store today too. Oh, I know. In the pattern for the Tibetan thingamabob, very interesting instructions. One of which is, hey, don't cut our pattern. Keep that as your template. Just go get some tracing paper. And I think there is a specific kind of paper. I have ample tissue paper. Ooh, okay. So ample tissue paper. Yum! Yeah, so we need another yellow for sure. They have a specific kind of paper that allows you to trace it. And I do have tissue paper that I could use, but I would love any reason whatsoever to go to a fabric store. So that might be what I'm going to do today. I have to go out anyways, so we might as well. So one of the things that a smaller hexie allows you to do is just do the folding around it, and you don't have to do, you know, you might do like a pin here, a pin there. This is my method of doing it, and that is these little quilt pins, and just pinning the corner. Doing an initial finger press. It's almost like paper when you do that kind of folding. Some fabrics take it much better than others. This being all together now, 100% cotton. We're good. There. Come on. You're not. Nope. I also need to go for a walk today. It's been so hot. There's been no real opportunity to get outside and do anything. I could go to the beach. Oops, 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 oops. But the beach is going to be overrun with people. I suppose I could, I was there a couple of Saturdays ago, and there's about 4 or 5 different squirrel way. There's 2 or 3 main parking lots, and then there's some other feeder parking lots, and every single spot was full. And we totally lucked out getting just a little somebody coming out and we're going in, and that was exactly how we left. When we left, it's like, oh, hey, you know what? There's somebody coming in. It's like, oh, are you leaving? Yes, we are. Great. Can I have your spot? Absolutely. Ooh, we're playing chicken. Just need to get that anchored over. There we are. Okay, and then whatever happens here happens here. If I go early in the morning, I would be able to get a spot. And this is fairly early in the morning. pattern on that. That's swirly, and this swirly as well. It just looks like, it looks like the cosmos, like, you know, those photo enhanced images of like the eye of Jupiter and whatnot. Is it Jupiter? Saturn? I don't know. One of those big planets, gas planets. And then this one is super yum. That's the right side. That's the wrong side. Of course, once at Fabricland, or at least Fabricland is my local fabric store, you know, you gotta have a look around. Who knows what's new? Who knows what's new? Come on. There. And another bit. I think I showed you in one of the other ones, but if you're only watching the fabric ones, I went and got the tiniest thrift. It included some, oops, wooden spools. This is the reason why I got it, because that wooden spool is just spectacular. I love that. This thread, you can see how, even with this tail end, how it's still got the curve. It has been wound on this for so long that the thread now has that sort of spiral loop to it. Focus, what are we doing? There. Where's the end? Here we are. And there was four. There were 4 other fairly substantial spools. And not like I don't have like a squillion of these spools kicking around. They will also be fine for all the hand basting. Because there are classes, as with all things, I suppose, classes. There's purposeness, I guess, of thread. Some are for show, some are for machine sewing, some are for hand sewing, some are for basting. The other thing that might happen is I just don't go anywhere. Because if it's just too hot, it's just too hot. None of what I've spoken about is an emergency. I'm glad I did the math last week on just go and cut cut into the fabric because he made it for this purpose. And that idea of figuring out the cost and giving myself the encouragement to say, hey, you know what? It's the whole reason why you do this. It's not to create the batch, but to use it. And that sort of exercise is quite helpful. I've been doing that a little bit with paper, making painty paper. Where? Fun tip. This is a magnet, and on some scissors, I put deliberately a magnet. Do I have one on this one? I used to. Magnet, needle. And that's another way to be able to keep track, to be able to just have a magnet close to hand when you need it. So there. Get those out of the way. So we have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I will have 15 in no time. Okay, so that's, I think, the color that I want. Sure. Wow. This is so bright. So my method is to do the following. And this is funny to me because this fits precisely. I did not plan it this way. Yep, we're good. If you're using a smaller hexie, you can just take the hexie, sort of place it, and then you can just sort of zip around with scissors. But because I am using such a large format, it's going to be much more difficult. So it's easier for me to just get a good slice. And I will need 3. This is going to be like a tablecloth, and this kind of looks like, this looks like schmutz. Oh well. Okay, those done, and I'm gonna get my good scissors because I've been using the small ones. And I'll be right back. And when I do this cutting, I will not talk because there is a certain ASMR for all of you people who love to sew that is the sound of really good fabric scissors going through fabric. So cone of silence on. Let us enjoy the cutting. And I'm keeping all of these little bits in case there was any concern that I was just going to take this and chuck them away. Heavens to Murgatroyd, no. I'm getting a lot of triangles. So we have this. And I think I actually need to get some paper. Because I think have I run out? I have, but we're not going to cut. Are we going to cut? Let's just went a little off. There we go. There. And this will be the next. Color. Ooh, look good, I think. Okay. Okay, so that project is, I'm not going to say done, but it is done for the moment. Okay, now this next thing I need to do is kind of scary, which is I need to cut that. Be right back. Hang on.